On one hand, when I think about collecting, there's right away this idea of consumerist society and accumulation and show-off of economical means, all this thing, which is sometimes also bound with contemporary art. When we hear a lot this word of investment and yes, the idea of accumulation, but on another hand, it means a project, a personal or collective project, and also the creation of a kind of intellectual space. But I think that there's also this idea of privilege in collecting because we need a kind of space to accumulate things and to order things. So also this idea of collecting is quite paradoxical in my head. Since I have a studio, I would say a permanent studio, I think that I'm much more into this idea of collecting things and also the possibility to better organize things in a space. Because it's very important, I think, this etymology of the word collect, because it's really this idea, like in French, collecter. So it's something almost animal, I think a kind of squirrel taking things from the wood and bringing it back to his nest. And I would say that I give a lot of importance to these, for example, little drawings or artist pieces, which are kind of traces of some meetings, important meetings, moments and collaborations. Of course, if we think about this idea of gathering things and bringing things from the outer space and bringing it to the studio, I think that there's absolutely the idea of collecting in my work, not only because of the presence of many books, because sometimes I really search for very ancient books, which are important for some projects, but also the archive images and in a way a lot of archive reproduction that I organize and I collect, some big folders, but also I would say some objects like masks or objects that can be reproduced in some canvas. With collecting, we create a space, and all these objects, they constitute my canvas. So the works, they are like the visible part of an iceberg of research and artistical or not artistical activities. But I think that collecting is also important in a way because it's not only about the idea of possession, but the idea of caring of things. So we take care of these things. Sometimes I realize that things that I could have in my collection are things that I found in the garbage. For example, one day I found a very weird thing. It was a cigarette box, and inside there was this portraits. I looked behind these old photographies, and there was written that it was a Zondi test printed in 47, and so I tried to make some research about the Zondi test, and it occurs that it was a kind of a psychiatric test to recognize the psychiatric or psychological profile of a patient, depending on the reaction that he or she had seeing these faces. And yeah, that's quite interesting.